Good morning, guys. What's going on? Sorry, a little late. Just woke up. I didn't get to bed till about 6 a.m. So, a little late, but we're okay. Yeah, get this. Gotta get this call-in show logo off. Hold on. I think it's some banners. There. Okay. We're cooking now. All right. So, a little late, but we're fine. See where we're at. We're on commercial anyway. How's everybody doing today? What's going on, guys? 6-3 Ole Miss. We'll be fine. Yeah, no problem. Let's see who all's in here. Tully Compton, what's going on? Kenny, what's going on? Dubster, Tyler Bohannon, what's going on? Gator Doc, what's going on? Gator Nation 7712, how are you? BDC Gator, what's up, bud? Peter, how are you? Miss Mama Wine, how are you doing? Tom, how are you? Oh no, we'll get dialed in, dog. I spoke up a little late. I think, like I said, I didn't get. I had to wait for the next guy to come in, so we can't just leave work. We have to wait until we have coverage. So I end up getting out of work late. Then I had to go get batteries because our thermostat battery died, and it was like 60 degrees in here when I got home. So it's been a whole ordeal. On the second cup of coffee here, trying to wake up. How are you, Gator Man? No, I'm not switching to the Indiana Bears. I don't think that's actually going to go through. Coffee review? A little off on the energy? Well, god dang, that place looks dead. Yeah, there's nobody in the stands. All right, let's go. Looks like it's dark in there too. What the hell's up with that? Can't see the rim. Condon looks. He's at the top of the key. He's going to drop it off to Houck. Houck back to Condon. Condon's going to try to drive to the paint. He backs up, looks. He's going to throw to Boogie across the court. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. Yeah, you guys are right. We got 5-6, Florida. Down one. 16 minutes left. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Ole Miss going to rebound it in. Ole Miss throws it to their big man at the top of the key. Chinyelu. Looks like starting lineup is Condon, Chinyelu, Boogie, Houck, and Lee. Boog's looking to work. Chinyelu to Condon. Condon drops the ball off. Houck with about a 20-footer. He's going to drop it in. Beautiful shot in phase. What's up, Aaron? Boogie tries with the steal. He's going to miss. 23 rolls one in from about 25 feet out. Lee's got the ball. He's going to drive on the screen there. And Condon's going to slap one from the three-point range. Love seeing that, getting his confidence back for Condon. They're going to leave you that wide open. You might as well take the shot, big man. He buries the three. Looks like we got a change here. Herb out there. Condon, hand locked in. Ole Miss shooting very, very well at home so far. Condon's trying to drive. He's gonna toss it back to Herb. Herb looks. Condon looks for the three. He's gonna decide to hand it off to Lee. Condon again. He's gonna drive up into the paint. Alley-oop. My goodness! And Thomas Houck goes vertical, slams that thing down, and locks it up 12-12. Wide open three. It's going to be a miss by Ole Miss, and now Florida's in transition. Florida looks. Herb to Condon. Condon at the top of the key. He's going to set a small screen for Lee. Lee's going to try to drive through the paint, and he's going to drop it back off to Condon. A lot of screenplay here, and Herb's going to bury one. My goodness, off the bench, Herb is going to bury one. Wowza. Great job by Herb. Thomas Houck's going to go coast to coast, and he's going to pick up the foul. Love seeing that. Right off of the bench. He ain't even been on the court a minute, and he's going to bury one from deep. Easy. I'm not that good. We just have a lot of people that drive, so that's the only reason I do it. Appreciate you, though. Appreciate you. All right, back to the grind. Free throw shooting much better this year. Thomas Houck's can go ahead and bury one. Herb's locking up their point guard there, number 3. Like I said, Ole Miss shooting pretty well. They're going to lob up a 3, and it's going to bounce deep. And Herb's going to fight for it. Herb's going to go ahead. Oh, my goodness. He's going to toss it to Houck. Alley-oop to Condon. And Condon did not get vertical, but he did get swatted. He's going to go to the line. You could see a little bit of less athleticism between Houck and Condon, but that's okay. He's going to go ahead, get their big man in foul trouble early. Condon slams one from the free throw line. Looks like all they need was a prof on the horn here. And the balls just start floating in. Condon's going to bury the second one. 19-12, Florida. Up on Ole Miss at home. Ole Miss a little bit less screen play here. They're going to try to run a screen here at the top of the key. Drive into the paint. Not going to happen. Awkward. 12-footer. It misses for Ole Miss. Lee's gonna have the ball here, and then he's gonna pass to Houck. Houck to Herb. Little tighter coverage on Herb. Condon looks to pull the 3, and he just decides to dribble, and then pass to Houck. Hand-Lockton knocks it out of bounds here. It's going to be Ole Miss ball. Kind of an odd series there. They're definitely matching up Herb now. A lot tighter coverage. You're not going to let him just sit there and hit threes all day. So who else can sit there and hit threes and reopen up the sniper? Ole Miss driving. They're big man. He's trying against Hand-Lockton, great defense, but at the end of the day, just not enough. Ole Miss scores 2 in the paint. Lee to Hauk. Hauk's going to go coast to coast here. He's going to pass to Lee. Here's Brown, the spark plug, and he's going to get absolutely swatted. And they're going to say a travel by Brown. (19-14) as we go to commercial break. They missed the absolute hack on Brown, but, you know, the away team doesn't always get the calls. What's up, Famo? Yeah, Brown's going to be really good next year. Yeah, Brown's going to be good. I like his energy off the bench. Already slowing this game down with the commercials, it seems. Can't have nice things. Uh, 12:20 where I live. I don't know if you guys do daylight savings time, but I think that thing's going to roll back soon. Or forward or whatever it is. Spring forward and spring, I think. Yeah, I feel you on the no sleep. I got home. I got in bed about 6 o'clock. Huh? What? Talking to me? Oh. Spring forward, fall back. Yeah. There's always one that's like a big adjustment. Like you're tired for weeks. I hate it. It's not good for your heart too. Apparently, there's more heart attacks when they manipulate the time like that. When they change it. Yeah, smash the like, guys. All right. Ole Miss with the ball here. 19-14, 11:30 6 left in the first. Fall back for you? Yeah, I think it's for me. Fall back. Oh, you got a case of that? I gotta go to Sam's Club and get a case. It's too expensive just to be buying out. I get it from Sam's Club. Yeah, it's delicious. All right. Ole Miss looks a little miscue on the dribble. Thomas Houck. Oh my goodness. Total air ball. Now Boogie's going to take it back, and they are absolutely flying. Houck down in the paint. He's going to throw it into the belly of a Ole Miss defender, but somehow get the ball back. Boogie's going to take it at the top of the key. 15 seconds left. Brown. Brown to Chinyalu. Chinyalu back to Brown. And Ole Miss is going to get the ball as Brown steps out of bounds. Ole Miss back with the ball. Seems like a minute before a score here. It's going to bounce. They're going to play volleyball off the backboard here, and Florida's going to somehow come up with that ball. Herb looks. He's driving. Back to Houck. Back to Boogie. Boogie to Brown. Brown goes and drives. Brown lays it up, and it's going to bounce off the back of the rim. Looks like he possibly is going to be fouled. So I'm sober. Sober right now, USN Gator. On the wagon, as some would say. No, he got hacked. Brown misses the first one. Yeah, it doesn't have the microplastics, Swamp Chomp. Brown's going to make the second one. Which we'll talk about at the commercial break about microplastics. All right, Ole Miss, top of the key. They're trying to set up the screen on Boogs. Boogs going to move laterally. He's going to swat the pass away, but Ole Miss defender somehow picks it up. Ole Miss down the paint. He's going to shoot a little mid-range jumper, and Condon's out on the loose with the rebound. He passes it to Boog, down to Chinyalu, down to Condon. Condon with a cutter, and easy in with the slam. Condon starting to come into his own here in the 9 minutes left of the first half. He's looking a lot better. We're getting the remnants of old Condon beginning of the season last year, starting to move around, starting to make some plays, starting to cut. So he goes, picks it up, picks the rebound up, goes coast to coast, and then going to go ahead and score. Great defensive and offensive series from Condon. Ole Miss with the inbound pass on their side of the court. They pass the big man. It's one-on-one with Chinyalu. Chinyalu. Looks like they're going to get hit with a foul. I don't know if it's on Condon or on Chinyalu. It looks like it's going to be on Condon. Boogie Flan to Condon. Condon looks to pull a three up, and he's going to go ahead and take it in the paint, and it's going to be swatted. Todd Golden giving an absolute tongue lashing to somebody. I'm not sure if that's player or ref. Condon's a little hard to watch dribbling sometimes. I think it's just because he's so tall. Brown's going to inbound it. He's going to give it to Condon. Condon looks. He's trying to drive up into the paint, and he's going to go ahead put a little sky hook from about 10 feet out, and he's going to score 24-14. Condon kind of taking off offensively and defensively. Isaiah Brown steps up on defense. They tried to hit it to their wing player outside, and he's going to go ahead and lock him up. Ole Miss trying to get inside on the cutter, and Chinyalu's going to lock that up and get the rebound. Great job by Chinyalu with another board. Boogie's going to take it down. He's kind of working that right side. And Condon with the three, and he's going to bounce it just off. I mean, it looked good, but just off the mark a tick. Condon with a little heat check. Ole Miss going to go coast to coast. Condon's going to go ahead, get the block, and they're going to get and one with their big number 0, Dia. Condon struggled with bigger guys with this build and frame we saw last year. $2 from Dubster. We're tall. We are kind of tall. Appreciate that. Herb's going to get the board, and he's going to start it with the offensive series here. He's going to pass it to Boogie. Boogie at the top of the key. Boogs looks. He's going to pull up with a 3, and it's just going to be off the mark. Like to see Florida kind of get back down in the paint, working those points. Spend a minute for a set of points here. Looks like Boog's going to get technically the board on that, and Boogs is flying to go coast to coast, and he's going to get absolutely whacked from the back, and there's going to be no foul, and Condon's going to put it up with an easy 2 points from about a 4-footer. Condon is outrunning Dia on the offensive side. About microplastics. I read this long article. If you do 30 minutes in the day in the sauna for a year, it's supposed to remove like 80% of the microplastics. I don't know how factual it is, but it was a study out of like Switzerland or something. Now you're not supposed to ingest anymore after that, but which is tough. Yeah, that's why I do it. Oh, phone almost dead. Plug that puppy in. 4 times a week? Yeah. I do it 4 times a week. I hit the sauna 4 times a week. Appreciate it. Yeah, Summerall interview was fun. How's everybody doing today? Yeah, he is just one of the guys. He's a bro, dude. Yeah, it's been a while since we felt like this. All right. Looks like Ole Miss can get the rebound in. Lee's going to get kind of bullied down in the paint. I don't really expect anything more against that big body guy. Lee to Boogie. Boogie to Lee. Lee's going to look. He's going to throw up a three. It's going to hit off the front of the rim. That felt about as uninspired from a three that I've seen, and they're going to airball Ole Miss's. Chinyalu's going to get the ball, gather it up, and Boogs is driving to the paint. He's going to decide to pull it back out here. Lee looks. Lee to Boog. Boog's driving. And they're going to call it traveling. Maybe. I don't watch much hockey. Ole Miss with the ball. It's 26-18 Florida. They're going to drive down in the paint against Boogie Flan. And it's going to be no good. Bouncing off the rim, rejected, and the board by Hauk. Hauk's looking. He's going to go coast to coast. Ole Miss, another foul. You could start seeing Ole Miss getting in a little bit of a foul trouble here. Guard scoring absolutely MIA, John. That's correct. Yeah, calling the travels heavy and often. And Hauk's going to drain it. Ole Miss looking. They're going to toss up a 25-footer, and it's going to be missed. And Hanlockton's going to get hit with the foul. 28-18. 6 minutes, 28 left in the first. No guard play, still up 10. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah, I didn't see the foul either. I think Florida's been hacked way more than whatever that was. Ole Miss going to lock it up 20-28 after the free throws. Lee looks. He's going to toss it to Boogie. Boogie to Hauk. Hauk to Condon. They're going to triple team Condon. Condon's just trying to get the ball away. They're playing volleyball here. Hauk's going to drain a three. My goodness. A swat somehow to Lee to Hauk, and Hauk's going to score the big three for Florida, 31-20. Triple teaming Condon down there, and Boogie's going to intercept one in the passing lane, go behind the back, and an easy layup, and he's going to get swatted. He's going to go to the line. Great job by Boogie reading that and intercepting that right in the foul lane. Another great defensive play by Boogie Fland. You can say what you want offensively. Boogie Fland, heck of a defensive player. He's going to drain the free throw also. Get him some points here. Jeez, I mean, Florida can't go 30 seconds without picking up a foul with this ref crew. And Golden is getting the refs a freaking tongue lashing. Ole Miss going to drain the first free throw. Ole Miss going to drain the second one. And Lee's going to bring it up. Lee's looking. He's going to sling it to Houck. Houck to Herb. Herb looks. They're going to set a little screen up for him. They've got two players on him. Isaiah Brown to Lee. Lee's trying to call the play up. And he's going to go coast to coast. And Hanlockton's just going to fumble it. Ole Miss is going to pick it up, go coast to coast. And great job by Brown. And they're going to say basket interference by Brown. Florida cannot just... They can't get out of their own way right now. Condon to Houck. Oh, Herb. Herb's going to drive a three. My goodness. Great job. Houck back to Herb, and Herb drives a three. Wowza. Florida kind of stiffing up on defense here. It's going to roll off from the Ole Miss offensive possession, and Florida's going to get it. Lee at the top of the key. He's going to pass it to Houck. They're trying to set something up, and Houck's going to toss up a three. It's going to bounce off the front of the rim short. I don't think that was a have-to shot by Houck. Dia misses. And they're going to say off on Houck. Florida definitely not getting the rolls today. Looks like everything seems to be going Ole Miss way, but Florida offensively just too potent as of right now for Ole Miss. 36-24. 4 minutes left. 4 minutes and 9 seconds left in the first half. Dia's going to fumble it, and they're going to go coast to coast. Lee's going to put it in with an easy fast break, 2 points. Great job by Lee. Ole Miss is going to miss it. Houck with another board, and Lee's fast in transition. He's looking, and it's just too strong for Brown. Brown was looking for the alley-oop, and Lee just threw it way too hard. Ole Miss is going to drain one from three from all the way from the Craddock Court logo. And Isaiah Brown's going to score quick. 3 minutes and 26 seconds, 40-27. Florida starting to really stretch their lead offensively. Yeah, the fast break points have really helped Florida. Seems like Ole Miss cannot run with Florida offensively. Oh, I think it's a Final Four team, Tyler. On their best day, nobody in the nation can beat them, minus maybe Michigan. I don't know. I haven't watched Michigan. I think I'm going to try to watch them today. What up? What up, Newsom? Oh, really? That's awesome. First ever college basketball game against when we killed Georgia. Hey, we killed Georgia too, so you didn't even get to leave disappointed. You left happy. Heck yeah. That's awesome, man. Let all 40 minutes worth every penny of the 2-hour drive. How much of that was in traffic? That Atlanta traffic's terrible, dog. That's awesome, man. Ain't nothing worse than sitting with a 2-hour drive back. Sad. Oh, gotcha. All right. Ole Miss. Offensively. Got to watch out for number 11. Deadly with the 3. He just pulled up and hit one a little bit ago. And he's going to pull up and he's going to bang one off the rim there, but it looked good. Lee's with the ball with the board here. Lee's going to kind of drive it in the paint and then toss it to Herb. Much tighter coverage on Herb. Condon looking. Herb looking. They're going to box him in. And he's going to pass it to Chinyulu. Chinyulu to Lee. Lee's going to drive it in, and he's going to get absolutely bodied. Three seconds left on the shot clock here. Gonna need a quick shot. I would say out to the perimeter here is where they are probably going to try to go. I think Chinyulu's just a little too slow, but we will see. They do pass it to Chinyulu. Chinyulu to Lee, and it's, yeah, that's a total. I mean, you have to know, Lee, that you have 3 seconds left. You pass it to the biggest guy that we have instead of kicking it out to Herb fast for just to attempt the 3. That was an absolute just brain fart by Lee once again. Guard play by Lee has been quite frustrating at times for the University of Florida Gator fans. And now he's going to get hit with a foul. When it rains, it pours for Lee. He's either on or he's cold, cold, cold. And right now, he is as cold as can get. Frustrating for Florida. Ole Miss going to step the line. They're going to drain the first one. My thing with Lee is like you have big games when it doesn't matter. And that's the frustrating part. All right. Florida back with the ball. It's 48-28. Little 12-point lead here by Florida. Boog looks. He's going to pass it to Houck. And they're trying to get to Herb, and then it's going to be a jump ball. And Ole Miss is going to get the ball. The last 3 minutes of this first half has been abysmal by Florida. I mean, Lee not knowing there's 3 seconds left. Houck with an errant throw to Herb. And Ole Miss is going to bounce one off the rim. Thank God Ole Miss is not shooting well today. And here's Lee. Lee to Houck. Houck to Condon. They tried a little quick screen inside. Condon, now he's stuck. He's getting hacked. And there's going to be no foul on the hacking by on Condon. Lee's dribbling. 9, 8. Condon's going to put it up for a 12-footer, and he's going to make it. Great little push shot there. 42-28. Dia locked up on Chinyalu. Lee on Perry. Perry's their three-point shooter. He's made a couple, and he's going to pass it inside with the easiest 2 points of Ole Miss's game so far. I mean, everybody looking around, nobody collapsing on the defense. Florida playing very uninspired ball right now. 3 for Lee, and 3's going to it's not even close. It didn't even hit the rim. Lee is looking absolutely abysmal. And then Florida, again, is going to give up easy points with 30 seconds left. A walk-in. Florida collapsing on defense with a minute and a half, 2 minutes left. Some of the worst ball that we've seen all year from Florida. The last 2 minutes in this Ole Miss. Now Chinyalu's going to get hacked. I mean, this is absolutely terrible by Florida. Uninspired ball. They're not collapsing on defense on anybody. Nobody's picking anybody up. No communication. And they're letting Ole Miss just walk in with easy shots. They've scored six points in the paint, and nobody knows which man to pick up. Chinyalu's going to score the first free throw. You had a 14-point lead, and Ole Miss has whittled it away down to 10. And Chinyalu's going to drain the second one. 43-32. 26 seconds left of the first. Ole Miss trying to set something up. Boogie meeting them at half court. No shot clock. 8 seconds left. Their guards working. And the jump ball is going to go to Florida. I wouldn't expect any points here. 3.2 seconds left. I would expect Florida to go into the half licking their defensive wounds on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, up 43-32, but should be up by much more after that absolutely defensive collapse in the last 2 minutes. I mean, I don't know what that was, but that's not winning basketball anywhere. That's not winning basketball at the smallest level, youth league. And you're letting the home team get a little bit of momentum. I don't understand it. Quick commercial break. Todd Golden best be giving them a ear lashing. Doesn't look happy. Flam with the ball, and he's going to toss up a prayer, and it's just going to bounce off. 43-32 at the half. Florida up. Make sure you go out there with them. Yeah, not great basketball the last couple minutes. The Florida with 9 turnovers. Boy. I mean, the refs have been obviously a little bit more Ole Miss heavy with some of the calls. Not all of them I agree with, but you should be beating this team by 20. And just not solid basketball with the last 2 or 3 minutes left. It doesn't make up the game. Luckily, Florida has enough of a point. They're up enough to where they have enough of a cushion that it's okay, but you can't do that. You cannot do that against better teams. You're not going to be able to do that against Michigan. You're sure shit not going to be able to do that against UConn. You're not going to be able to do that against Arizona because they'll go up 8, 10, 12, 14 instantly, quick. When you're playing defense like that, they're not going to miss the shots that Ole Miss missed. It wasn't even a good run either. It was just uninspired basketball towards the end there. Very frustrating. I don't know if we've seen it that bad all year. I mean, it looked like Florida just was out there playing patty cake, and Ole Miss is trying to win a national championship. Like, I don't even know what happened. Total foot off the gas. We will see, though. We will see how they come out in the second half. I would guess that Todd Golden's going to get them straightened up because, yeah, Lee's not having a great game again. Color me shocked. Hey, close that blind. Thank you. Yeah, Lee with another bad game. He doesn't look great. At this point, I don't know why you just don't let Herb give the starting role and Lee comes in off the bench. Like, I don't get it. Lee hasn't earned anything. He's just paid more. I hope so. I hope Lee comes alive during the tournament. He ain't came alive all year. I mean, there's been times where Lee's looked good, but I mean, he's not dominant. He's not. I think I don't even know what we're paying him, in the millions. Yeah, but Lee is terrible. I get the defensive side, but Lee is. I mean, when he is off, he's off. Or maybe you just give him a couple minutes to see if he's off, because you'll know right away if he's going to be terrible that day, and then you bench him. I'm okay with Buggs. I know he's not hitting the threes like what, per advertised on what he should, but great defensive player. Yeah, he's had a couple bright spots, but it's just that's the difference between great players and good players. Yeah, but he's kind of a one-trick pony, and like how many points is that going to get you, Slick Rick? You know what I mean? Great, he's great in transition on a fast break, but it's like, okay, like that's his one thing he's good at. Just not impressed right now. Not impressed with him. Yeah, it's kind of just a tough situation. Boy, Aberdeen would have been nice to keep, huh? That's always a frustrating thing too. You win a national championship, and I don't know how you don't retain that guy. You imagine this team with Denzel? What's up, Brett? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, dude. I don't understand that. I definitely would have traded Aberdeen for Lee. Michigan play today? Oh, they're playing now. Damn it. I wanted to watch them. I think. Let me see. I want to watch one of their games. Hopefully it's on tonight so I can take a nap. Oh, they play today at 6:30. Duke. Yeah, I'm going to watch that. Definitely watching that. $6:30. Yeah, I'm watching that. Yeah, I get it, dude. I know it's a money thing, but is he double the player Lee also for double the money? I don't know. Lee might turn it on. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah, I think so too, dude. Yeah, Lexington's just eh. It's okay. It's a okay college town. I mean, here in the Midwest, I think Knoxville's definitely a better college town than Lexington, for sure. 100%. What are you doing? What? Why do you keep doing that? Okay, we'll go play outside. Hmm? You have all them books that you need to read. You finished that big one? You actually read it? I don't know. Whatever you're talking about yesterday. No, they're going stir crazy. Been a long winter. Yeah, Coach was at the baseball game last night. He's doing all the Gainesville things for sure. He's at a lot of sporting events. I mean, why not? I mean, Gainesville has great. I mean, Baseball stadium's awesome. O-Dome is great. I mean, it's not just football. You go to some of these other SEC schools, dude, it's like football and that's it, and all the other facilities are kind of bleak. Florida does a good job with all the others. Alabama does a pretty good job too. T-Town's pretty badass. You're iffy on Gator baseball. I haven't caught a baseball game yet. I just keep up with the High Top Gator baseball channel. Shameless plug. He's doing great over there. Great things over there. Have you guys checked that out? The High Top Sports Baseball channel? He's a natural, dude. He's way better than a lot of people starting out. Yeah, he's pretty good. Yeah, it's good. It's good. It's definitely there for all your baseball needs. I listen to it at work when I run out of stuff to listen to. All right, we should be getting back to this thing. He needs a slick background. His background's not bad. Dude, it's really hard to get what Shelton has. You have to have... It's hard to explain. You got to have the own room. You have to... The lighting has to be perfect. It's tough. It's definitely better, though. Like, his background's definitely better than a lot of others starting out. Yeah, good X follow, too. I didn't see that. No. Appreciate you, Scott Camp, checking it out. Yeah, dude, it's hard to do. But we can work with him on it. Lighting is 90%, and it's each room is different. Like Shelton's background only works in that room, if that makes sense. Like if he had a couple more windows than that, even if you blacked him out, like you're always going to get ambient light through. It's tough. It's tough to get. Shelton's just looks so good it makes everybody else's look bad. Like mine's definitely mid at best. It's better at nighttime. That's because I got so many windows in this room. Yeah, I think he's in an office, so it's a little bit harder in the office because he's got so many windows also. It's not a game worn. It's just signed, and then the picture's signed. I wish it was game worn. What's up? I got a couple. I rotate them. I haven't rotated them in a minute. I'll probably rotate them. I'll probably rotate them. I don't know, in a couple weeks. I got Werfel over here. I'll probably rotate him in. I got Percy. I'll probably rotate him in. I used to rotate him every month, but it's a pain in the ass. Because I got three jersey cases, but they're not like, so I have to take the jersey cases off, those two that are behind me, because the people that built the jersey cases didn't put the hangers on at the same exact measurements. So like those jersey cases only hang there because of the measurements, if that makes sense. Like the brackets that hang them on the wall, the measurements are different on all three jersey cases. So I have to take the jersey cases off, then fold them in there, then get them set. The cases are not very good. I had to restaple them all together. It's a nightmare. That's why I don't change them often. I was changing them quite a bit, but I got some cool ones for sure. Yeah, I got to order a ball jersey before the spring game. I want to get his signature. This will probably be his last year. He'll go to the league. Yeah, they've been good. Hopefully they find some inspiration in that locker room. I don't have any Netflix suggestions. I do have Amazon Prime if you like a little bit of sci-fi. All right, back to it. They're gonna bang Ole Miss with a legal screen. All right, Florida with the possession. Condon looks. He's going to drop it off to Chinulu down in the paint, and Chinulu's going to have it bounce off his foot and roll right to. The dog scared me. Yeah, it was a short halftime. Ole Miss with the first points out of half here. 34-43. 19 minutes, 21 seconds left. Lee looks, and he's going to get absolutely swacked, and he's going to drive it in for an almost looked easy, and it's going to be off the hands of Chinulu. Florida not responding early offensively. Ole Miss going to throw up a three. Houck's going to get the rebound. Lee's moving. Condon to Chinulu. Chinulu missed the 4-footer. Florida needs to settle in a little bit. Florida just discombobulated on defense once again, and Ole Miss is going to score fast again. Florida needs to take a deep breath here. Buggs with the ball. He's going to hand it off to Houck. Houck drives into the paint, and he's going to get a 2. Maybe that'll boost Florida up a little bit. They got to get better on defense, and Florida once again just totally flubs the defensive stand. Luckily, it was missed. The jam was missed. Lee to Buggs. Buggs to 3, and he's going to knock it down. Okay, Florida, we are back. Nice little reset here. Ole Miss to they have Perry with the ball. He's going to take it up. That's their big 3-point shooter. And Houck's going to absolutely just have a collision with 2 Ole Miss players. Looks like it's going to be a foul. Boogie did hit a 3 from the wing. Kind of surprising. Ole Miss with the ball. Perry looked to shoot a three, and they're going to drop it off to their big guy. He's trying to body up Hand-Lockton. Good job by Hand-Lockton defensively, but their big man's going to hit the step-back 12-footer. And it's going to drop it down to a 10-point lead for Florida. Boogie Flan down in the lane. He's going to pass it to Lee. Lee gets raked across the face. No call. Here comes Boogie, and he's going to miss the three, but Thomas Houck rebounds it, something that Florida did so well last year. And then finally, it looks like Perry's going to get caught with the swat. Appreciate you. Big if he made three threes a game would be big. Boogie at the top of the key. To Houck. Houck looks, he kind of pumps a little bit, and he's driving in the paint. He's going to give it to Condon. Condon's just going to turn around and toss it up on a little 6-footer, and he's going to score a little sky hook action. And Florida back on defense. Dia just bodying up Hand-Lockton again. 4 points there, and the last 2 drives by their big man Dia against Hand-Lockton. With the same spot. Condon driving in the paint. Condon's going up. Condon's going to score it, and then +1. My goodness, Condon really starting to show up for his team. Great job by Condon. Using that backboard, sliding to his right, waits for the last second and drains. He drains that shot, and then he's going to hit the free throw. So Condon with 3 points on that offensive drive. Ole Miss looking. They're going to drop it off to Perry. Perry's their big three-point shooter. Let's not forget he's made some pivotal threes. They try to get him on the ball screen. Not going to happen. One keeps it himself. Hand-Lockton kind of bodies him up a little bit. Lee to Perry. And Lee's going to take that thing away. Perry almost falling out of bounds, and Lee's going to go coast to coast, and he's going to get absolutely whacked. And there's going to be no points off that. No fouls. Lee hits the floor hard, and there is no foul there. And Ole Miss will have the ball back. 53-40. Florida with 13-point lead here. Defense has tightened up in the second half for Florida. And Houck's going to poke it out of bounds. 9 seconds left on the clock here. And they're going to go to commercial, of course. Nice little rhythm of the game. Let's go ahead and break it up with a commercial break. Hand-Lockton a little bit against these bigger guys inside, or he's kind of a liability. If those guys can hit a little step back from about 10 feet, I mean, it seems like it's all day against Hand-Lockton. I know Herb's got to obviously rest a little bit. You can't play him every single second of the game. Hand-Lockton's definitely got to step up, though, a little bit. You cannot play that kind of defense down the stretch here in the SEC tournament, and then definitely against some of these bigger, better teams in the Elite Eight and Final Four. Hand-Lockton getting bodied on defense. He seems like he moves well, too. I don't know what it is. He's long. Yep, Condon's playing well today. You get a little bit of eerie similarity of this team last year. You know, when the guards didn't play well, it seemed like the big men kind of filled in the spots with the points, and you were just waiting for somebody to take the game over. Kind of the same way with Florida today. If it's not, if it's not Lee and Boogie, it seems like it's Houck and Condon, and then you have, one game you'll have Chinyalu go wild in the paint, and I think that's a hard team to play against for sure. Gator Doc out. Appreciate you, my guy. $2. Got a dip, boys. Thanks for doing this, Prof. No problem, bub. I'm gonna go grab a water real fast. All right. Happened here. What's going on? What's this thing doing that? There? All right. There we go. Oh, what happened? All right. Condon with the ball. He's going to pass it to Herb. Herb with a 3, and it's going to drain. My goodness. The fadeaway 3. My goodness. It's going good. I got my speed training evaluation Tuesday. So, working with a speed trainer. Ole Miss with a quick bucket. Condon down in the paint. He's getting triple teamed. And Houck's going to try a 3, but that's okay. Florida's getting the offensive rebound. Houck absolutely fouled. Finally, they call it. Should have been called at the first foul. He gets fouled twice. All right. 58-44. They're going to give it to their big man. Ole Miss with the ball. Their side of the court. Oh. Hand locked him with a foul. I think so. I think that's what it says. I don't have it. Ole Miss going to drain the free throw there. 58-45. I don't know. Chinulu with the ball. He's going to pass it to Lee. Lee's setting up the play. Hauk to Condon. Condon looks. Lee. Little double team action. Condon's going to go up, and it looks like Floor's going to keep it. Knocked away by Ole Miss. Lee's going to heave one deep. Hauk looks. Condon. Lee. Lee's going to try a three. It's going to hit. Lee with a big three. Great ball movement by Florida. Off balance three there by Lee. Oh, my goodness. Chinyalu's going to pick up a foul on Dia. What are they looking at? What's an unobserved act? I don't know. He made it. I mean, he's always good for a three or two, but yeah, it was pretty flat the first shot. Gotta agree. I was trying to look it up. Foul off ball. Okay. It's just odd way to say it. Almost sounds like, an unobserved act is like they're trying to look back like Chinyalu like flicked off the ref or something. That's the way I kind of interpreted it. No college show afterwards. I gotta take a nap. I only got 3 or 4 hours sleep. Okay, we're back. 61-47, Ole Miss down. Dia at the free throw line. He sinks the first one. He's going to sink the second one. Lee's going to bring it down. Lee to Houck. Houck to Erb. Tighter coverage on Erb. Condon. Houck. Houck looked like he was going to try to three, but he decides not to. Pass it back to Lee. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. Lee dribbling. Lee looking. Lee's going to pass it inside, and an easy jam for the big man, Chinyelu. Great job moving the ball around. Florida just good enough on the three-point that Ole Miss really has to respect it with all their shooters. And that ball is going to be swatted by Houck. And Florida's looking to score here. Lee's looking. He's kind of in that wing position. Condon up. Chinyelu just kind of mistimes it, and he's going to step out of bounds. Could be a little bit better timing by Condon to Chinyelu. And that great defensive possession is going to be squandered away by Florida. (12 minutes, 23 seconds left. 21 seconds left on the shot clock here for Ole Miss. Ole Miss looking. Dia just decides to pass it back to the point guard. They're trying to set something up. Perry down inside. Dia looks. He's going to try a three, and he's going to splash it. Dia with 22 points, 63-51. Ole Miss. Lee looking. Chinyelu on the outside. He's going to pass it to Brown. Brown with a little floater, and it's going to be short, and he's going to pass it to Lee with the offensive rebound. And Erb's going to look to drive it, and he gets swatted. No call. Chinyelu, great job down inside. And finally, there's going to be possibly a foul on Chinyelu after he gets just mobbed by three Ole Miss players. Florida at times offensively looking clunky at best, but still outscoring their opponents. And we're going to go to commercial break. I would say not the best game we've seen from Florida offensively and defensively. They're doing just enough to keep that lead out in front. Can't complain that they're winning, but you can criticize sometimes looking flat or lack enthusiasm at both sides of the court. Haven't seemed to put both the offense and defensive stands together. It seems like they make a big defensive play and come away with nothing a lot today. Not characteristic of them. No giant runs for Florida today either. A little uncharacteristic for them too. Plenty of time left though. Like I said, Florida's still up. But I think there's definitely some room to critique a little bit on their play today. They've come from multiple high energy games. Georgia, high energy place. The O-Dome, high energy place. Alabama, high energy place. They've bounced around to these high energy places, and then you get to Ole Miss, and it's like holding church in there. Quiet. You almost wonder if that can affect Florida a little bit. ESPN put their bracket out today. It looks like Florida's seed is number 3 right now. Not sure, Dubster. Appreciate it. Maybe put a call in. All right. Florida offensively, they're going to rebound it in here. And it's going to be way high. Looks like Lee's going to throw it in here. They're going to hop it in there to Herb. Herb to Houck. Houck to Lee. Lee drives into the paint. Lee goes up. Would have been better to get the extra points, but that's okay. Still draws a foul. Florida, much better free throw shooting team than last year. And he's going to bang his first one in of a two-shot. 64-51. Florida's going to bang another one in there by Lee. Great job. Got to earn them at the stripe there. Can't give those free ones away. That'll bite you in the Final Four in the Elite Eight. Ole Miss with the ball. They fumble it around. Looks like Isaiah Brown's going to get hit with a off-ball foul here. Oh, Lee misses on Perry. Perry's going to shoot the three, and it's going to bounce from that wing position, and Houck's flying. Lee, he's going to pass it back to Lee from Brown. Lee looks, a little step back on Perry. Herb's looking to drive it in. Houck looks, and he's going to try to shoot one in from about 12 feet. It's going to go up, in, and around. Ole Miss going to fire up a three, and I think it's going to be Ole Miss on Ole Miss friendly fire as their guy gets slammed to the ground. Looks like Brown's going to come off the court. Change the lineup here. As soon as I see, I'll let you guys know. 65-51. 10 minutes, 37 seconds to go. 25 seconds to go. Chinyelu back in. Lee in. Houck in. Oh, my goodness. Clavshar from the logo. He drains a three from that right-hand side. Big time here. Clavshar hitting the three when needed most for Florida. Ole Miss, they're gonna give away an offensive possession by a bad shot. Clavshar's gonna shoot another one. It's gonna go in and out. Good job by Chinyelu, offensive board for him, and he's gonna get hacked. Chinyelu letting the refs know he's not happy. Looks like it's gonna be a jump ball, possession arrow to Ole Miss. Refs really bailing Ole Miss out. This thing could have got nasty quick. But it seems like every call is going against Florida. 68-51, 9 minutes, 48 seconds left. I don't hate that shot. Maybe a little rushed by Herb, but a little heat check by him. I like it. Todd Golden is absolutely furious, as he should be. Playing complimentary basketball, and you still can't get a call. Condon. And there's going to be another foul. Looks like on Lee. Nope, it's going to be on Condon. Unreal. And Ole Miss has the ball. They're going to try to drive it in the paint, and they're going to miss, and it's going to be a board by Brown. Lee's going to look to stab it in. He's going to take it out, and Condon with a little floater, and it's going to go in. It looked like it was for Chinyelu, but it just drops in the bucket. Why not? 70-51. 9 minutes to go. Florida's starting to put a little run together. Lee defensively. Not backing down. Great job. It's going to be out on... Oh, nope. It's going to stay in. Florida with the ball. Chinyelu, great job there. Lee with the board. Isaiah Brown goes and flies. My goodness. I mean, he jumped 10 or 15 feet and jams it. Wowza, alley-oop to Brown. That was Airmail over Overnight Express, brought to you by UPS, Isaiah Brown. What can the Brown do for you? Overnight parts from Japan come Brown with the alley-oop. That's what we like to see. High-flying basketball from the Florida Gators. Beating people to sleep. I think I need to call UPS, see if we can get Brown a... Yeah, that was overnight shipping from Australia to Brown. See if I can talk to the big lady up there at UPS, see if we get Brown a little NIL deal from UPS. I mean, my goodness. Ole Miss, they're going to get an easy 2 points. Kind of a defensive collapse. Looked around. Can't have that. 72-53. Lee with the ball. Lee to Condon. Condon looks. Brown. Brown looking to drive it inside. He's going to pass it back to Condon. Condon's looking. Condon to Herb. Herb looks for the three. They're tightening that defense with a bigger man against Herb. Herb's going to toss it up. It's going to be no good. Ole Miss player down on the ground. Oh, my goodness. If this isn't an offensive charge, I don't know what is. Dia gets a little too aggressive. Guy, we're not playing running back. He's looking like ball out there. Looking like the Ole Miss running back out there running into our guy. Puts that shoulder into the chest of Brown, and Brown goes flying. I wasn't sure if they put Kawan Lacey in there for a second. You might want to try him out at running back, Ole Miss. Not sure, Tyler. Hard to keep up with the basketball recruiting. Definitely something we'll have on our new site, though. Working on a new website. It's gonna be a banger. One-stop shop for all your needs of sports. Just put it that way. Yeah, I think Dia forgot that he was playing basketball. He looked like it was third and goal line in the red zone, and he was trying to score a touchdown there. Shelton came up with it. I don't know why. Well, it wasn't going to be Shelton Sports because not a good ring to it. Shower thoughts probably from Shelton. That's where High Top came from. I know he wanted something that wasn't sports specific. Because we dabble in a little bit of everything. Long commercial break here. We got about 9 minutes left, and it seems like this thing is just slowed to a grind. Again, another shower thought. The flying pig. Yeah, it was a shower thought, I think. Yeah, they're trying to grind this thing to a halt. I don't know when the next games start. But I doubt they're going to start on time if they keep it up at this pace. I mean, we may miss the Michigan game at this pace. That's an idea. Maybe. That'd be neat, wouldn't it? I think more barstoolish than locked on. But yeah. I see your idea there. Yeah, I do too. That and the sauna. Early in the sauna, not late in the sauna. Late sauna thoughts are dark. Thinking like, what am I doing myself in here for? All right, Lee's gonna inbound it. He's gonna get to Brown. Brown to Herb. Condon looks, and he's gonna get kind of mugged. Old Miss definitely tighten up that defense as this thing gets later. 7 minutes, 42 seconds left. Condon with the Chinulu with the ball. Back to Condon. Lee. Setting up a screen. 4 seconds left. 3 seconds left. And he's going to get his own miss, and he's going to put it up. Great job there by Condon. Condon kind of having a showing out party today. And Chinulu going to absolutely body Dia. I don't know how that was a foul. Seemed like Chinulu was well planted there. Dia's going to hit the first one. Dia with the second one. 55-74. And they're playing full court press. And it looks like Ole Miss is going to get an easy one. And drew the foul on Brown. Perry's going to head to the line. Florida's got to figure this out. Ole Miss tightening up that defense from the instant that ball's inbound. And they get away with cheap points here. And a foul. I don't know what the spread is. What's the spread? And Ole Miss is going to get their cheap points, and here we go again. And they are going to go full court press again. Good job. Condon out running. And Florida needs to get that ball movement action up early. Condon looks. He spins. He drives in the paint. And he's going to swing it out to Houck. Houck to Lee. Lee. Looks, pivots, drives, and it spins in. My goodness, by Lee. Tough shot there, and it just rolls in. 76-57. Florida playing a little less aggressive defense, and their big man's going to put it up. Florida getting that ball out quick and out on the run. Ole Miss not be able to full court press with the speed of Florida at that point. And Condon's going to put one up, and it's going to go not in, just barely bouncing off. And now Ole Miss trying to take a page out of Florida's book with a fast break point. And Florida said, hey, we can do that too. As they speed it up, this thing's turning into a track meet. Lee's going to pull it back out and reset. 13.5 is the point spread. Herb looks. He's looking to fire a three, and that Ole Miss defense tightens, and he's going to get absolutely mollywopped, and his head's going to bounce off the back of the goalpost. We might have a concussion protocol here. Just fell on the drive. Nothing dirty here. He did get popped in the face. Of course, there's no whistle by the ref, of course, it looks like at this point. Nope, Herb's going to head to the line. They did get the call. Looks like he almost got poked in the eye. And the refs aren't gonna even review it. Todd Golden not happy. And Herb's going to bang it in. Let's see. Looks like he gets his own hand slapped into his own face. Oh, and here's a turnover. Boogie Flan, he's going to go, and he's going to toss it up to Lee, and Lee's going to roll it in. My goodness, about as athletic as you could. Lee's going to make an ESPN Top 10 highlight after that play. Boy, oh boy, Lee has come on after a tongue lashing by the prof early in this game, and Lee's found a rhythm here. Great job there. Heck of a play. Look at this. Boogie Flan throws it up. And Lee just kind of scoops it with the right hand and tosses up and grabs the foul, and he's going to bounce one out. 11 points for Lee. What do we got here? Ref's really slowing this thing down. Gators up by 20, 81-61. Todd Golden not happy. Looks could kill. Watch out to that ref crew. Perry to the line. I didn't see the foul. All right. Lee with the ball. He's going to bring it down. Ole Miss off the full court press. Figured that wasn't a good idea with the speed and transition of Florida. They're just going to play regular D. And oh my goodness, is that hand locked in with the jam? Condon to hand locked in. Another alley-oop express. Overnight parts from Australia. Ole Miss throws a wild 3 up. And it looks like Handlockton or Lee are going to get hit with the foul. 4 minutes, 56 seconds left. This team that was out of sync offensively with those alley-oops are starting to find the rhythm and starting to get in sync. We saw a couple missed early. And as the game goes further and further, it seems like Florida is getting more and more in sync. Ole Miss is going to hit one and miss one. Lee with the ball. And Florida's flying. Watch out. Condon's going to get shoved in the back, and there's no foul on that. And then Ole Miss is going to go coast to coast, and Lee's going to get hit with a foul. I'm not understanding this. Condon gets shoved in the back. You can see his head snap back from the push. And there's no call, and then they call the foul on the other side for Florida as Ole Miss drains one. 15 turnovers for Florida, not what you want offensively. I think some of that has to do with the allowed fouling on the Ole Miss side. I mean, you ask yourself if the reffing was fair. Is Florida up by 30 or 35? Hauk to Lee. Lee drives in the paint. He's got a look, and he's going to toss it back. And it looks like Boogie's going to slam it in the wing position for 3. And Florida is really starting to take their shots that they want offensively and dropping them in the bucket. Condon on D. Surprised there wasn't a foul there on Lee. Ole Miss with the bucket. And Lee to Boogs. Boogs a little heat check, and he slams another 3. Back-to-back 3 for Boogie Flant. Watch out. And they're going to hit the foul on Condon. Condon was just standing there. Much more arc on those 3s. And they're splashing in. Progressive with a solid commercial. I love the homeowner turning into the dad commercial. Those are my favorite. Great series by Progressive there. I love those commercials. A lot of fouls getting called against Florida. Trying to keep it tight, USN Gator. You were right. I'll give the dog his bone when he deserves it. Great job. A little more arc on it, and they're splashing. Seems a little more free-flowing, and it's less, having to make it, and more, they're just seems like now that the game is a little bit out of reach, it seems like they're just a little more calm and they're willing to take the shots. You don't always like that though. You want those shots when it's tight to splash also. They do. Yep. Quit rushing them. Excited about this Michigan game later. Is that today? 11-21, 52.4% from the three today, Florida. Dumb comment from some guy begging for Oliver play. What time's the Arizona-Houston game? Ole Miss going to score with their first free throw here. 89-64, 3.5 minutes, or 3 minutes, 50 seconds left. Florida 3 minutes, 50 seconds away from another big victory. Yeah, Lee was laughing. Yep, agree. Boog with the ball. Boog to Condon. Condon looks. Condon to Houck. Houck driving around the outer portion. Houck with the three. Houck! Oh, my goodness. Looked like Florida was going to get the offensive rebound, but that's okay. I like that little heat check from Houck. And Florida defense. Oh, boy, this is going to be an easy slam and jam by Houck. That's what happens when you play two-way basketball. Lee giving Houck some laughing lip there, saying, bro, I was wide open, and Houck said, you know what? I did the defensive stand. I'm going to go ahead and get my jam, dang it. Little friendly pitter-patter from two Florida Gators. Oh. I would say that was a foul. Aggressive slap down by Hanlockton as Florida starts pulling some of their starters and subbing in players. Looks like the young group is starting to go in of those baby Gators. Let's see if Oliver gets some time. 3 minutes left, 30 seconds on the shot clock here. And Ole Miss at the foul line. $91.70. All right, we got the young Gator group here, the baby Gators in. Let's see what they can do. Not as familiar with their names. Florida looking. And they're going to turn it over. Hanlockton was trying to get the ball down in the paint to Hanlockton. And Ole Miss is going to drive. Hanlockton with an awkward step there, almost falling down. Ole Miss trying to get those easy points. Meekage to the foul line here. 93-73. He's from Serbia, Viktor Mekic. Big Serb drops a bucket there at the foul line. It's 94-73. Florida up. Hand-Lockton. He's going to poke one away. Great job by Hand-Lockton on the defense. And he's looking to get it away. And now Florida's out and running. Great job. And it's going to be too much bouncing off the rim by the young guard. Definitely some youth here. Big Serb with the rebound. Definitely can see a little bit of fall off in between the starters and this young group here. And that's going to be a foul. Ole Miss going to try to drive one from three. It's not going to go. And Hand-Lockton. Great job there, boxing out so the Gator defender can grab it for the offense or the defensive rebound. And the Serb going to work. The Serb in and out. And they're going to poke the ball away. Obviously, this young Florida team, very, very young, a lot of sophomores, a lot of freshmen. But I'm really liking Mika. All right, 94-75. Play clock's rounding down, 42 seconds left. Ball to Mika. Mika passes to the young guard. Wow. Definitely a bright spot here by Meekage. Has some stuff to put together, but out of the young Gators here, I think that guy's probably going to be pretty good. 95-74. Florida just throttles Ole Miss in one of the sloppier games that they've played, but doesn't seem to matter. Great job by Florida today. Obviously, a lot of tape to clean up. Todd Golden not happy with the reffing crew at all. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing it. We're 2 hours in. That was a quick game. Probably one of the quicker ones. We thought they were going to try to bring it to a snail's pace, but it gets done. We will see you guys later. Cody the Professor out with High Top Sports. Appreciate you guys. Much love. Smash the like on your way out, please. Appreciate it if you could do that. I don't know. I'm not getting snow today. Nope. We'll see you guys later.